Hi, and a very warm welcome to Wellbeing Mission Control. I'm Greg Parry. I'm a wellbeing specialist. And I wonder, have you ever asked yourself what it is about any particular situation or even about certain people that really get under your skin, that really have this power to upset you, to make you angry or full of righteous indignation? And come on, there are plenty of situations in the world that we can use to justify exactly how we feel. But the real question is, what difference does it make? That's a tough question, isn't it? We get upset, we get angry, our blood pressure goes up. Sometimes we want to bang the table with frustration. But how is this helping? It's a really, really important question because a lot of our behavior is based on conditioned reflexes. We are deeply impressionable as small children. That's where a lot of our behavior is laid down by our families, by society. And we learn to respond with this emotional palette without really being aware of why it's happening. But my question is just to take a moment to consider the impact that a lot of your fear and anxiety is having on the quality of your life, because we know it's not changing the world. It's just having a negative impact on the quality of your life. And one of the antidotes to this particular behavior is to develop something that I call positive indifference. Now, if you're indifferent, it can suggest that you are callous, you're detached, you're removed, or you're just not interested in the state of the world. And the reality is most of us are involved and interested. But we use this little description, positive indifference, because it suggests that we can choose. We can really decide if or how we're going to react. You see a situation and it gives you an opportunity just to pause and think, how do I want to react? Is this helping? I'm going to get angry and I'm going to get upset. How is that helping the situation? I don't feel good when I'm angry. I don't feel particularly empowered when I'm upset. Perhaps I'm just responding with these knee-jerk reactions that were laid down and imprinted on my personality when I was very, very small. But we can escape from those limitations. We can move beyond those emotional boundaries and find new, perhaps more positive ways of expressing ourselves. We can see something and ask a more rational question. Is there anything I can do to improve the situation? Can I help? Can I do something more than just waving my arms in the air and screaming and shouting my frustration? It's an important point. As I mentioned, when you get angry and upset, it doesn't really help your health and your well-being. In fact, most of the time we tend to feel pretty guilty once we've lost control and shouted and screamed, even if the anger is repressed and it's just occurring within the confines of our own hearts and minds. Being able to choose how you react, or even deciding if you want to react, that is a deeply empowering transition, a transformation that can help to give you the sense of freedom about how you think, about how you feel. We're conditioned to respond the way that pretty much everybody else responds. It makes us more socially acceptable. But I'm making a slightly unconventional suggestion that the way most people respond is not healthy. It's certainly not conducive to a sense of objective, logical, clear analysis about what's really going on, that is emotional knee-jerk reactions. You may be the exception. You may be the light and voice of reason that just encourages not just yourself, but the people around you just to hold back from that knee-jerk reaction and say, let's work out what's really going on. And then we can decide if we're going to react and then how we're going to react, taking a more proactive, positive approach to problems rather than just reacting with anger. What do you think? It's an unusual suggestion, but then if we really want the world to be a better place, the revolution has to start within the domain of our own hearts and minds. If you've got any observations, any questions, any suggestions, anything you'd like to share, feel free to get in touch. My email address is in the description. And in the meantime, by developing this sense of positive indifference, you can remain calmer, happier, stronger. You're really enhancing your own well-being, and that will impact very positively on the world around you. So you know what I'm going to say, don't you? Have a wonderful day. Enjoy it to the full.